The biggest takeaway from coordinating and running the program was just how much this was a need in Eswatini.
If God gave me this dream, sorry, don't carry your light in my heart and make it shimmer to the world. I'm your son. If God gave me this dream, sorry.
This is an amazing initiative. I was very, very happy to discover that there is people in this country, there are organizations that support creativity, that give opportunities to young people to develop their skills.
There's nothing that excites the council more than having young minds get together for a good cause. For us, the music lab, it's not only a lab, but it's an art center.
As His Majesty's government, we rally our support to this initiative, which will greatly contribute to the development of arts in Eswatini. It is my singular honor to declare the Mbabane Arts and Culture Center and the VUKUBONE Sound Lab officially open.
The VUKUBONE Sound Lab experience was amazing. I got to learn a lot from not only the master classes, but also from my fellow artists within the program.
I really learned so much from everyone that I attended with and from the facilitators of the master classes and the sessions that we had. It was a really beautiful experience.
From what I got from the VUKUBONE Sound Lab was truly amazing. I wouldn't have got this if I hadn't been part of it.
I managed to not only get insight from some really great industry players, but also I managed to be in a creative community, which is something that I don't really get access to often, and feel like I belong and feel like I have a voice and a space and that it matters in this kind of country and environment.
Hey there, howdy, come to me. Mommy wanna see how you fend by me. Come to see how you fend by me. Come, I can see my cheese, bang bang, niggas flee. Ooh, okay, like that.
The name VUKUBONE means to wake up and see or be enlightened. Hi, I'm Sips. I am co-founder of Antelope Culture Foundation and co-designer of the VUKUBONE Sound Lab project. And on the project, I served as communications.
I'd help co-write a few of the songs, and basically my musician side would assist the upcoming artists as they were. My name is Sarnilo. I am half Malawi and half Swati musician. I normally do neo soul and rap. During the VUKUBONE Sound Lab, I was the studio manager.
We had access to not just our mentors, but also the Antidote Culture team, as well as the coordinators of the program. So we could ask anyone for feedback, and people were willing and able to give it to us. So the interactions for me were my biggest takeaway, I'd say, from the VUKUBONE Sound Lab.
Won't waste time with the things that I've tried to avoid. No looking at all of that.
A lot of people don't have access to resources, and the biggest lesson was what happens when you give them those resources. We had over 50, let's say, projects, because we had songs, we had podcast episodes that were created, and people who created for the first time in a studio environment. So once you give people the tools and the right tools and the knowledge, there's so much more that they can create.
My first ever experience in the studio was very scary because I was very unfamiliar with this whole process and I didn't know what was expected of me. I think with time, I did get more confident and more comfortable, and I was able to contribute any input that I felt the song needed without any fear that I'd be judged or anything like that.
Getting to see the artists grow was very humbling because, I mean, for me, I was also blessed with a team that was very dedicated to see me grow as a musician.
The exciting part about the studio was firstly using a state-of-the-art mic, first of all, because I was just recording from my bedroom on my own devices. It's just the feedback loop. I didn't even know that was a thing, that, you know, I put on the headsets and I can hear myself. Having that experience of knowing how to use the equipment, knowing what kind of equipment to look for, should I ever have the privilege of just like owning my own stuff.
I think when you realize how much you don't know about certain things, it humbles you enough to want to learn more. So I think I'm really eager to learn as much as I can about the creative economy, not just here in Swaziland in Africa, but the creative economy of the world.
Streets don't love you. Some people wanna judge you, but how you making your bread?
What came out of the VUKUBONE Sound Lab, I'm hoping will reverberate for years and decades to come, because there's so much goodness coming out of Eswatini. We just needed a leg up, and also we can bring out the new sound of Eswatini, because we have a lot to say and we're gonna give people the opportunity to say it.
My advice for upcoming musicians would be stay true to yourself, always stay humble, and also every performance is a big performance. No matter how small the stage is, just always do your best.
What I got was a whole lot more than what I expected. I was able to be myself.
I think now I feel like I have a lot more access to not only just my dreams, but the people who I'd like to tell stories of and their existence. The understanding that it is possible not only to just talk to people that you dream of speaking to, but to also culminate and build stories that matter.
With all the opportunities that I got, I think I've definitely grown as an artist and become more confident.
By my side, my refuge, my fortress.
My biggest highlight and greatest takeaway would have to be understanding the music value chain a little more and really getting to understand that the creative economy functions in a much more diverse way than I initially thought I understood.
My biggest highlight was recording in studio for the first time and making my first couple of songs. My biggest lesson would probably being having the confidence to do what you want to do even when you're afraid, and just going for it, having the courage to do it.
I think the design of the program and the outcome far exceeded our expectations. It was the concept of give a man a fish and he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll be able to feed themselves for years to come. But also what we noticed was not only are people learning how to fish to be able to nourish themselves, but they're also being able to teach others. The collaborations that were happening in the studio really created magical works, but also created better artists. People were able to help each other cross the bridges that were before barriers in their lives. Yeah, I think we created a lot of leaders. We've created a lot of people who have seen and been enlightened and will now go further to enlighten others, as well as continue to inform themselves.
Can't wait, I can't wait, can't wait, I can't wait, can't wait, I can't wait, can't wait, I can't wait.
The European Union is among the biggest supporters of civil society initiatives in the field of culture and sport, and I hope that this is yet another of those initiatives that will see young talent from Eswatini being propelled locally, regionally, and hopefully internationally.
The partnership between Eswatini National Council of Arts and Culture and Antidote has given birth not only to a public partnership funding through EU, but also the birth of the Mbabane Arts and Culture Center and the VUKUBONE Lab.
And I want to assure you that you are part of history in the Kingdom of Eswatini. And the creative sector is one sector that has benefited a lot from the sponsorship from EU.
And indeed, the project is funded by the Sound Connect Fund, which is a multifaceted initiative regionally born from the EU-Africa Strategic Partnership to accelerate development and increase the capacity of cultural and creative sectors in Southern Africa.